Welcome to FTMO Performance Talks, the podcast about trading performance for serious traders. In today's episode,
it always helps to have someone better or more experienced than you who helps you elevate your game basically.
I believe that every trader has its own weakness or a topic, life topic we can call it. I know that in my case it's ego.
From the perspective of an FTMO trader, I think in general they're over trading and some patience would suit them for sure.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
Hello guys and welcome back to Performance Talks. My name is Michael and today we have a special guest, Jan from Quantlane. He's a trader and I believe that he can share his knowledge and I'm very excited in this podcast today.
Hi.
So welcome. I'm happy that you are here and I just briefly introduced you as a trader from Quantlane and I'm thinking if there is anything more you would like to add. Maybe we've discussed a little bit how you started with trading. I think it's an interesting story. So if we can start with this,
sure.
It would be nice.
Before I got into trading, I played poker, like semi-professionally call it. I had some successes and then I was recruited into trading. I see some similarities between poker and trading. So if you're good at one, you have, or there is a reasonable assumption that you excel at the other.
Okay, and you said that you maybe see some similarities between poker and trading. What would be the same stuff, and maybe if there is something what is different?
Sure, there are some differences and some similarities. I see mostly similarities. I mean, it's both a game for me, and in general, it's a game with incomplete information, and you're risking some parts of your capital. So what's common is the risking part. And that also implies what's important is the risk management part, and also it's a lot about psychology. It's a lot about like putting the work in and developing yourself outside the actual game. So making some analysis, call it.
You mean self-analysis?
Sure, yeah. Like your bets in poker, your trades in trading. It's really the same essentially. But there are some differences in the sense that now in poker there are available solvers that tell you what play or what frequencies are optimal.
Yeah, you see the odds.
You see the odds, yes, and you know what you should have done in that particular play. But in trading it's a lot more complicated and you oftentimes don't know what you should have done, but there are some general principles that can guide you and that can help you to make the difference between good and bad trading strategies.
Okay, thank you. When you think about or when you remember emotions during the poker game and trading, what is more heavy to digest? If you see any difference, I believe that during the like semi-professional poker games, there is a lot of in stake as well. So
yes, I mean the emotional side. I think it's very similar in the sense that it's a lot about what you how you make it in terms of risk management because. If you're risking your whole bankroll, you have some money dedicated to poker. If you take that money and put it into one tournament, then you're exposed, and then your emotional swings will be really, really high. But also, it's important to know that the odds of failing in one single tournament are really high. So you never put all your money into one tournament or one cash game or whatever.
Or and one trade.
or one trade or one challenge in FTMO's case. So I think it's really important to keep the emotions out of those two disciplines or both of those disciplines as much as you can. So
when you mentioned the poker game, I believe it's the same in trading as well, or anywhere when you do something and let's say you do it like with good results, this feeling of I'm good can creep in and maybe it can cloud your decision making. So how do you, like, the question is, do you experience this as well as a human, or if this is not the case, what helps you to avoid that, like, ego contamination?
Sure. Well, in poker, it's called winning tilt. So, but essentially, it's overconfidence. So, fortunately, I have experienced it in poker. So, I'm very aware of it, or very aware of my behavior. So, yeah, I'm confident enough to say that it's not a thing for me in trading. But I understand that it's easy to let yourself get carried away. But also, confidence is a real thing. So when you're on a good streak, you have confidence, and that makes you or that allows you to make greater decisions or better decisions in general than if you're on a losing streak. So that's why I think when you're on a losing streak, it's in general really wise to get yourself some time out, be it a day, 2 days, a week, whatever.
Okay. So getting back to the confidence or overconfidence, you say that you have experience from poker game. So that means that now you feel like it's coming, like you feel that you may be overconfident, or how you stop it, or you just suppress that feeling, or if you have any...
Yes, I think it comes a lot with experience. I think the new players or traders or whatever are more susceptible to those emotions. But if you've been doing this stuff for years over and over again, you become kind of numb to these fluctuations. And also, having it done before helps you to recognize some sensation or feeling that it's coming. So it helps you to avoid it.
Yeah. Because, for example, myself, I'm also prone to this feeling. But with the experience, I can recognize, oh, now I'm feeling overconfident, especially by hitting a very juicy trade, or 2-3 good trades. And then I'm always just saying to myself, calm down and just don't look at the chart. Same what you've suggested with the losing streak. I'm also getting myself some time to cool down and be rational again, like let the euphoria go away. So
Yes. It's true on both sides of the spectrum. Yeah. So you want to eliminate those both of those tails. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, not trade when you are super high or super excited, or super low, like somewhere in the range.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Speaking of a losing streak, you said that taking some time off. Do you do anything else to analyze the losing streak, or maybe your trading process during the losing streak, and if you can shed some light on it?
Sure. Well, from the other perspective, I think the worst thing you can do on a losing streak is to trade more or to trade larger just to get to even or whatever.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something you should do because you're in a mindset where you're not thinking rationally, and I believe that trading is all about being rational.
It should be.
It should be.
It's not always like
yes, that. Sure, it is. So when you're on a losing streak, I think it helps some other unbiased perspective. So if you got a friend who's also trading, you describe him your trading strategies, you show him your trades, and he says, "Oh yeah, well, you've done this right. You just had bad luck or whatever," or he says, "Well, what the you were doing? It's just spewing money." So I think one, some fresh perspective helps. Two, you can analyze your own trading. Also, if you've got some stats or whatever you can go through, and this has the benefit of also like timing you out from another or continuing your trading when you're not in the right mindset, and also being on a losing streak is let's be honest, it's tiring for all of us, even for us professionals. So the time off also helps you to regain some mental energy.
For example, myself, many times I, like in a losing streak, to boost the confidence, I also like, or what I tell the clients, like to zoom out, because the losing streak, it's just the tip or the end of your equity, but it doesn't mean that it's in a downtrend or that you just make bad trades.
Yes.
So do you do something similar to
Well,
bring back the objectivity?
Yes, there's also a huge difference why that's happening. You know, you can really have just bad luck because it's random to a certain degree, each and every trade. So you can't look at each and every trade and, you know, you win on a trade, I'm the greatest trader. I lose on a trade, wow, I really suck. You have to take some more long-term view, some really significant sample, statistically speaking. But also there's difference in the sense that you can be on a losing streak when you're just spewing around, not sticking to your routines, not trading according to the plans, not managing the risk properly, or just that your plans and strategies were wrong for some reason, the market dynamic changed, the fundamental changed. So there are these types, and for sure the second one is better. Although I think the first one is more easy to deal with.
Yeah, you mean when you are the culprit?
Yes.
Yeah, because then you know where the mistake is. Yeah, but it's still difficult. It's still difficult. Okay, fine. So before we talked a bit about trading, what do you think about like trading buddies or discussing trades with your friends, or do you do it with your colleagues, for example, in Quantlane? How do you approach it? Like, do you like together, okay, this will go up, let's do it, or how do you do it?
So we in Quantlane, we have weekly trading reviews where a dedicated group of guys and girls help us to review the week, review the trades we made, discuss the strategies in general. Then we have quarterly reviews, which are more in-depth, and there's basically a larger group of people judging and commenting and discussing. And also you can do this or these kind of analysis yourself. But in general, I think having someone to discuss the trades with really helps because of multiple reasons. One is that they're not emotionally attached that much as yourself to those results, so they can see the picture more clearly. But then it also helps to have someone optimally with greater experience than you to pass some of that onto you. It's the same as in every industry or every sport. It always helps to have someone better or more experienced than you who helps you elevate your game, basically.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in Forex or in trading industry, many people or many so-called gurus
Uh-huh.
say,
Yeah.
we know, and just buy our course or, I don't know, take our lesson or anything. And unfortunately, it's a lot of about the fake.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to find someone who...
Yeah, you can find some community. I'm sure FTMO has its
Yeah.
own community. Some people who you can discuss the stuff with, basically. It on itself helps you to elevate your game. Yeah.
When you think about your trading psychology or about your mindset, you said before that you also do have your own coaching sessions. You had
Sure.
today one of your regular sessions. And my question would be, if you don't mind sharing, of course, what is the topic you work on? Because I believe that every trader, as a person, has its own weakness or a topic, life topic, we can call it. I know that in my case, it's ego. I can get overconfident and stuff like that. I want to be right. And I know that I need to work on this. So if you have any topic that repeats over and over again.
Yeah. I hope I don't sound like a know-it-all guy. I also make mistakes, although they may be different kinds of mistakes than the call it average FTMO trader. But I think you have to work on yourself continually. And if you're a professional, it's even more important, I think, because you make a living from it. But my biggest topic for this year and probably for some time ahead is patience. So it's something that's not necessarily tied just into trading. I can apply it to other areas of my life, but I think patience is one of the ultimate skills that a trader can have, and actually it can be one of your greatest edges on the market, because well, from the perspective of an FTMO trader, I think in general they're over trading, and some patience would suit them for sure.
Do you have any strategy or methodology? I believe that, I know that the process of developing a patience is different for everybody. But if you can shed some light on how you increase your skill of being patient, let's say waiting for the setup, is there any inner dialogue you use, or is there anything how you ground yourself? What helps you, basically?
Yes, I have some routines before trading. I'm not sure I'm ready to share it because they're
Okay.
a bit personal.
Okay.
But
Up to you.
but I think in general having a routine before trading to like you said, calm you down, help a lot. I think to have a clear plan and stick to the plan also help a lot. Not to do some random trades because this ticker made a double top on a 1 minute candle. I think it's really stupid to trade this way. And also I think the one of the best feedbacks is feeling. When you put on a trade, I think I have the experience now to judge if that trade is really top 5 trade of this year, or if it's just some trade because I was not that patient as I'd like to be.
Sometimes I do like a check, like a mental check. I see the setup and I ask myself, is this the trade? Like if this trade goes directly to your stop loss, how would you react? Would you be able to stand up and say to your trading buddy, this is the setup I should be taking, and it just didn't play out? And if this is the case, I know that I should take the trade. But if I know that I would be embarrassed by taking that trade, I know that it's not the trade you should be taking. And many times you can feel it inside. Maybe that's the feeling you talk about, just asking, that you know that maybe it's not the case. But some trades are just clear and they are screaming, take me.
Sure.
So
I also think that it helps to trade in alignment with your plans, not just for the day, but your views in general. I think it makes the trading life way easier.
Just on average, how many trades you make per week, so we can imagine what
Per week,
kind of trader you are,
yes, per week.
or per month.
I'm not sure the exact number, but I'd reckon currently like 10 trades per week.
10 trades per
maybe.
week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And usually how long you...
Days. My average holding period would be days, multiple days, low weeks, something like that.
And instruments you trade?
Well, we trade mostly stocks or those related ETFs like QQQ and stuff. I personally trade oil sometimes. I also trade the TLT, which is the US Treasury bond ETF. I'm thinking, and I'm also trading gold from time to time and GDX, which I think gold is your most traded ticker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
believe
interesting
so.
right now, so it's juicy trading.
Yeah. And what is your favorite instrument? Do you have any, or you just, do you approach the charts the same, or because someone says chart is always the chart?
Yeah.
You can trade oil, you can trade Bitcoin, you can trade copper, you know.
Yeah, I think
do you think about
chart
it?
is always the chart, but I think to have an edge on the market, you have to have a bias on the asset class. I suppose you think that gold is going up to 5,000 for whatever reason. You have to have a fundamental reason, and then you have to have the chart agreeing with you. So gold is going up. Yes, it's going up. So that there's a possibility that your assumption is right, and you can trade. You can go long in some minor trades, or you can trade some with some smaller size the whole move. But it's important not to mix those directions. You're up on or you're bullish on the gold, so I'm shorting here or whatever. It's usually best to trade just in one direction.
Yeah, so maybe we can call it...
Sorry, answering your previous question. The charts are the charts, but I don't have my most favorite ticker. My most favorite is the one where I make the most profit.
So it changes all the time.
Yeah, it changes all the time.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I wanted to ask you something, but I totally forgot. But that's fine. I believe that the time is going fast, and we will need to close the podcast soon. So before we do that, I'm giving you space. If there is anything you would like to say to other fellow traders, maybe a piece of advice, because you are an experienced trader right now, maybe what to avoid, what to do if there is something on your mind.
That's a tough one, but
I know.
But I would advise you to take it slow and to focus on developing your strategy and focus on getting good at the process, because the reality is that the odds of you succeeding are not high. I feel like the markets don't like anyone, then they don't want you to succeed. But it's not to say that it's impossible. It is possible, but you have to put some work into it. So I don't know, if I had $1,000 as my FTMO bankroll, so I wouldn't buy one FTMO challenge. I would buy, say, 10, 20, 30 challenges, and just focus on getting good at trading, because when you blew your one single bullet, then your trading is over.
Yeah.
So,
and also you said that then your emotions are much higher.
Yes, because you're emotionally attached to the result, which I don't think it helps ever really. So take it slow, take small steps. Don't expect to don't put these high expectations on yourself, don't put these high expectations on some dollar amount that you want to withdraw. Just focus on being profitable, on defining your trading strategy, and the profits will come easily then.
Okay, thank you so much for coming. I hope, guys, you enjoyed, and maybe we will have another
All right, thank you.
guest. So thank once more for
Take
coming.
care.
This was FTMO Performance Talks. And for more, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, SoundCloud, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content from FTMO. See you next time.